Hi guys, I am doing this video to be as transparent and honest as possible, and I think it's necessary because that's what I've been doing, and I also just feel like we shouldn't judge ourselves too much because such is life, man. We live and we learn. I'm recording this video at 20 past 2 in the morning. That's why I'm talking soft. So the reason for my video is basically to make the point that things are not as simple as they look. About 2 months ago, I started drinking while on treatment, and I never thought I would do that. But you don't know yourself until you put in testing situations or trying situations, and I was put in one. Obviously you guys know that I've been vlogging or telling my story about the cancer journey, and it's been tough, it's been challenging, and I never thought that I would get to that point, but I also know that a lot of other cancer patients have done it too, which kind of gives me a little bit of comfort in knowing that I don't need to judge myself so harshly, because I do feel like a hypocrite, and I'm probably gonna get some backlash for this, but so in the beginning of my journey, for like the first 5 chemo sessions, I was at home. I wasn't going out, I wasn't doing anything. I was and then I started going out, doing normal stuff. And when that happened, obviously I spiraled into drinking every weekend and justifying it with you only live once, and the reason I'm telling you guys about this is because I just simply think that we all make mistakes, guys, and no matter how strong we think we are, no matter how in control of a situation we think we are, like, you don't know how you're going to react to a situation until you put in it. And I know that I'm strong enough to complete treatment without it, and I've stopped drinking. What actually brought me to this realization was the fact that I went to chemo on Tuesday, my normal chemo session, chemo day 10 on Tuesday. I went, and when I went, I had a panic attack. So I didn't do chemo on the Tuesday. And basically, after that, I was completely against completing treatment. I didn't want to complete treatment. Like, I told my mom and I told my dad that I don't want to do it. I don't want to complete the last 3. And I was adamant. I justified in my head why I don't want to complete it and why it isn't necessary, and all of the above. And so I didn't do chemo on the Tuesday because I had a massive panic attack. which I personally think was brought on by the anxiety of the fact that I was drinking, and I didn't know, how my body would react, even though I've been at chemo the week after drinking on the weekend. And for some reason, I think it was just playing in my mind, and I'm very self-aware, so I realized my wrongs very quickly. Not quickly enough in this case, but I spoke to the doctor and the navigator, and I'm just at a point where I was beating myself up about it, but I'm at a point of self-acceptance now, and the fact that going through something like this is challenging and stuff, and no one can really tell you the right way to do it. Of course I feel bad, but I'm at that point now where I don't beat myself up about it, because at the end of the day, no one is walking this journey with you. You're walking it alone, and I was bound to crack or have a breakdown or do something at some point. Remember, guys, it wasn't just cancer. It was a 6.5-year relationship that ended, and that was after being diagnosed with cancer, plus financial issues, plus life, work, everything. It just got a bit too much. And the reason for this video is just to tell you that even if you fall off, even if you fall down, even if you make a mistake, you are only human, and no one can judge you for that. Let someone walk a mile in your shoes. And I'm sure there's a few cancer patients out there that are like, no, girl, we didn't do that. But there's a few of us that have, and it's, it is what it is. We can't judge ourselves for it. We can't beat ourselves up. We can just recognize that what we were doing was wrong and move on and fight it properly. So my message for this video is basically just that nothing is perfect. The way I'm getting through this journey had its hiccups. It was good in the beginning. Still going really well. My doctor's still very happy with my progress and everything. I'm still doing everything as per normal, and obviously now I'm just not drinking. I was not drinking in the beginning. Remember, I said 5 chemo sessions without anything, and it's more than 5 actually. But so I just want you guys to know that even though it looks like everything is good, mental health is very important. Self-awareness is very important. Knowing who you are is very important. And the only way you truly know who you are is when you are tested. Because nobody can truly know themselves until they are put in different situations to identify the type of reaction that person is going to have. And for that reason, I am proud of myself. I am extremely in awe of the fact that I went back on Wednesday to do chemo. 10 sessions done, 2 more left. So, and whatever it is that you're going through, if you're having any issues in terms of mental health and trying to navigate your way through a situation, remember that no choice is the right choice. You need to do what feels right for you, but be aware enough to know if you are harming yourself, and seek help if that's something that you need. Don't be scared to speak out, to speak to people, to ask for advice. Don't be scared to be vulnerable and honest about where you're at, because it's only going to help you. Remember that we are all human, and we are put on this life to live and learn. And anyone that can tell you that they've done this thing perfectly, this thing called life, I jail you, because wow. But yeah, guys, everything is still going extremely well. I'm going into the next 2 chemo sessions realigned. My focus is there. Still has been with all of the others. Like, I've come through them like a G. But yeah, my advice, if you do ever go through something like this, or if you know of someone going through something like this, allow them to have their moment. Allow them to have their moment of weakness, to a certain extent, and then pull them back if you can. Allow them to realize what they're doing. And yeah, don't do it, because it does affect chemo. Your side effects do get worse, and that's not something you want to go through. So please do your best not to. If you do have a drink, have a glass of red wine and keep it at 1 glass, because wow. Thank you to everyone that has been there for me, being what I needed you to be at that moment. My best friends, my circle, my people, my parents. Wow. I love you guys more than anything, and thank you for walking this journey with me.